Good morning. I'm José Aranha from Universidade de Trás-os-Montes e Alto Douro in Vila Real, northern Portugal, and I would like to present you 10 years of monitoring Vespa velutina nigrithorax in Portugal, and I would like to present you the spatial temporal analysis and modeling of Vespa dispersion throughout the Portuguese territory, the mainland, just Portugal mainland, not the Portugal islands such as Azores or Madeira. The first sites of Vespa velutina in Portugal, only sites about Vespas, were noticed in 2011. And in December 2012, I started monitoring the Vespa velutina in North Portugal, and me and my colleagues presented the first map about the location of the nests. The problem starts here, near the Viana do Castelo Harbor and the River Lima banks, and in 2012 we create this map and we start monitoring the presence of the Vespa velutina in Portugal. Since then, in just 10 years, the Vespa velutina was able to invade all this coastal area and go to inland territory. So we have been monitoring the Vespa velutina throughout these years, and we start with a low number of nests in 2012. The number of sites and the number of confirmed nests improved along the years. 2019 was the most problematic years, but this number could not represent the real problem due to the COVID problem in Europe and in Portugal. So because the nests are always reported by people, due to the confinement measures, we are not able to ensure this number of wasps. And in 2021, the number of nests were very, very low because we are just using numbers to June 2021, which do not mean the real problem because the secondary nests just became visible for people in August, late August, and along September and October. However, since then, the Vespa velutina was able to invade around 3 million hectares of Portugal inland areas, which means 30% of the Portuguese territory. The relationship between the nest's location and altitude is fundamental to understand the invasion pattern. What we noticed was that the first nests were located below 100 meters in height. The second nest still below 100 meters in height, but then the Vespa was able to conquest higher altitudes. However, 90% of the mapped nests were located above the 800 meters in altitude. Because this, we can notice that the lowest altitudes are the predominant, which is that Vespa velutina has special capability to invade coastal areas and the river banks areas because she needs a lot of water and vegetation to build up the nests. We also analyze the distance between water sources, rivers, and dams, and we noticed that the Vespa velutina needs a lot of water and needs to be always very close to streams, water bodies, in order to have enough water and vegetation to create the nests. So the relationship between the water sources is another important environmental variable to monitoring the spread of the wasps. The relationship with land cover. We are using the Portuguese land cover map, which was produced at a scale 1 to 25,000. And the Shivered results demonstrated that more than 7% of the nests are located or were located in areas where people live. Discontinuous urban lands, annual crops, complex cultivation, land occupied by agriculture, and just 20% are located in other kind of land cover. So the proximity between people living in the rural areas and in the fringe between rural areas and forested areas are the most occupied by the nests. Now, analyzing the relationship between the nest location and the support, we noticed that 75% of the nests were located in trees, both forestry trees and agriculture trees in orchards. 20% of the nests were located in human-made structures, and 5% in stone walls and buried on the ground. These 5% of the nests are the most problematic because when people realize about the presence of the nests, they usually are very close to the nests, and this is the reason for some accidents with the bites of the wasps. Now, the relationship between the apiary's location and the nest's location. Due to beekeepers' privacy, I cannot present the relationship between the nest's location and the relationship to the territory. I cannot show you the nest's location and the apiaries because I cannot show this information. But I'm just working in this area and calculating the relationship between the nest location and the apiary location. It was noticed in coastal areas and near the river banks, almost of the nests were located just 2,500 meters around the nests. More than 50% of the nests are located under 1,500 meters far from apiaries, but rarely the nests are located very close to the apiaries, which means that around the apiary in the closest areas is not usual to locate nests, and the nests are far from the apiaries. This is coastal areas and river banks, and this is the relationship between nest location and mountainous area. And we noticed again that very close to the apiaries is not an usual situation, and almost all the nests were located from 2,000 meters up to 3,500 meters. Using all this information, we were able to create a Vespa velutina suitability map using map algebra techniques in a GIS environment. We create this map about the suitability for Vespa velutina invade inland Portugal, and we noticed that rivers, main rivers, streams are the corridor the access corridor. The relationship in North Portugal, we can see that rivers, this is Minho River, Lima River, Tâmega River, and these rivers, main rivers, are the access to the inland. However, the very high altitude areas were not occupied. Analyzing the relationship between the suitability map that we have been improving since 2013, the relationship between the nest location and the suitability map proves that this map can be used to install the primary traps during the winter. Portugal has very suitable ecological conditions to Vespa velutina nigrithorax expansion and living, because the ecological conditions are favorable to the species. In just 10 years, the Vespa was able to travel 360 kilometers along the shoreline and to travel 100 kilometers from the shoreline to inland territories and mountainous territories. These expansions now occupied an area about 3 million hectares, which means 30% of the Portuguese territory. Altitude appears to be the limiting condition expansion because rarely we locate nests above 800 meters in altitude. However, we also destroyed and see nests above this altitude, but it was not problematic. We located the nests above 800 meters. Beekeepers noticed the presence of the wasps around the apiaries, but never noticed a serious attack or a serious problem. As they need water and vegetation to build up the nests, rivers and creeks seems to be the corridor for the expansion, which means that we must monitoring these areas along the winter in order to locate the nests and in order to install primary traps to capture the first generation of works and eventually potential founding queens. To fight against the nests is not a good idea or a good attitude. We need to trap the first generation of works. We need to trap the potential queens in order to avoid new nests in the next year. And this is all that I would like to present you about monitoring the Vespa velutina nigrithorax in Portugal along the last 10 years. Thank you for your attention.